Hi, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jez Moyer. This is Good Morning Lalaland, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Now also available on Apple TV and Roku. Good morning, Lalaland, and happy Friday, y'all.
Happy Friday.
Right?
Woo!
It's all about dating, love, and relationships. Friday feeling, I got that Friday feels, right?
I do.
We're going to talk about how to powerfully love. We've got some extraordinary people in the house who are going to teach us about how to love our life on all levels. Let's do this thing.
Let's do it. Let's go.
I started doing it last night.
Yeah, how was that?
I'm bringing Friday hot, and I'm so excited to welcome to the show a very special group of people. We are hashtag community here at Focus TV, and look at all those special guests we have. Good morning, everyone.
Wow.
Good morning.
To the show.
Wow, and look at that beautiful spread we have, courtesy of Chef Jeff at Petite Taqueria. Good morning, Chef.
Good morning.
Way to kick off the weekend, right? We have the power producing duo in the house, Scott and Heather. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How y'all doing?
Oh, we're so excited for you. Racing Coal premiering nationwide in theaters today, also on Amazon. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's so incredible. Erin Yari, we're so excited to have an intuitive healer in the house, getting us ready for love, right?
Open to receive.
Oh,
Right?
And Kamal's making sure that all the men are ready for the powerful women that we are about to become, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Good morning. Good morning,
I
Lala.
need a response. And
I'm
Ashton
still in
just-
Lalaland. I'm sorry.
He's just sitting back watching it all happen, aren't you, Ashton? Good morning.
Good morning.
So here on Good Morning Lalaland, we like to know, how do you start your day? What's your morning routine like? Ashton, I want to start with you.
I just wake up and put on clothes.
Yes.
Real simple, brother.
Hashtag
With you.
woke up this way. Way to own it.
As you
Connell, what about you? How do you start your morning?
That was a great tip from Ashton. I always forget to put on clothes, so I'm learning a lot today. I do something I learned from a Tony Robbins seminar. I do what's called an hour of power, which isn't literally an hour. It's about 15 minutes of meditation and incantation where I focus on gratitude and I focus on what I'm trying to accomplish and what I want to give back to my clients or just give back to people in my life.
That's powerful. Erin, what about you?
Meditation. I start my morning with breathing exercises, meditation, a little sound healing, and always with my crystal tools.
Meditation. Gotta get tapped into and turned on immediately.
Immediately. That's right. Chef, what about you? How do you start your day?
Oh, well, I just had a baby, so I'm waking up in the mornings right now.
Oh, congratulations.
Waking up over and over again.
Feeding 2 kids, so that's how I'm starting off the day right now. then I'll take care of myself after that, but that's how I start off.
Oh, wow. Heather, what about you? What's your morning like?
I do a meditation in the morning. That's what I like to do, gather myself a little bit and meditate about what the day's gonna bring and a lot of gratitude. And then I do some yoga as well.
I love that.
Start the day with gratitude. Love it.
Uh-huh. Scott, what about you?
Roll out of bed and I get on my knees and I thank God for letting me have another day that's prosperous. Then I make my bed because my dad was a Marine. And he always taught me, once you make your bed, you did something for the day.
Yes.
I feel accomplished. Once I
Make your
the
bed, make your day. That's what they say,
He
right?
doesn't do that. I do that.
Well, thank you all so much for being here. We're incredibly grateful for your time, your talent, and sharing your morning with us here at Good Morning Lalaland. We're excited to talk to you more later in the show.
Right. So, how was the event last night, you guys?
Jesslyn knows more than I do. I was a little late.
Oh,
but
yeah.
yes.
It was
great.
yeah, it was so much fun. We went to an event in Beverly Hills at the Royals. We crashed the red carpet, had a great time, and saw some familiar faces. Patrick and Paul were there. We've had them on the show. They're great. It was all about community, fashion, design. It was a beautiful crowd, very glamorous. We got some fun behind the scenes red carpet pics, so you can check out our Instagrams if you want to see what our night was like last night. We were
Nice.
drinking champagne. It was a good time.
Nice. I stayed in. I officially made my meditation room. So as some of you guys know, I talk a lot about how years ago I had a walk-in closet for years that I did all my meditation, profound, amazing experience. And then since I've been in LA, I've tried something different. I have like a tray that I take to like different areas of the house and I go out on the porch. And I finally thought, something hasn't been as grounding. So I decided to actually convert. I actually have a little small room off my kitchen, between my dining room and the kitchen, and I just converted it last night. I said, this is it. I'm making my place here. So I really got everything together and had an evening alone in my meditation room.
It's nice, right, to have that little sacred space that you just reserve for peace.
Yep,
yeah.
Got to do it.
I know. The rest of the world will try to crowd in on that soon. Don't worry.
Well, think about it. They talk about tithing, and I kind of disagree with a lot of the spiritual centers around tithing. I don't think it's just about money. I believe tithing was really about giving 1/10 of your day to going within, to being with your higher self.
Oh man.
I love that, Erin, and I agree that for me at least, it's something that's an ultimately selfish act. I think anytime it's like it's weird when it becomes like a negotiation or bargaining chip. It's like, oh, I'll give 10% to like the spiritual community so that I can get everything back.
Right. So that's 2.4 hours a day, you guys. So I challenge you. I don't think I can give it that much time, but I'm going to just, say that is what true tithing is.
Me being social is my spiritual practice, I think.
There you go. Absolutely.
It feeds my soul if we have a good time. Speaking of which, we were at the 45th annual Daytime Emmys this past season, and we were part of the daytime community, right? It was so much fun, and we've invited a couple of the people to our studio for the Bay. So next week on Monday, we're having a 2-hour special honoring the Bay. They have been awarded more Emmys than any other daytime series ever, you guys, ever. Over 15 wins these people have won. We had Gregory and Christos invited to the studio. They're bringing their Emmy out with them on Monday. We met them on the red carpet. It was an incredible event, and it's really cool because what we're able to do being a part of the digital daytime community is have an extra long show. We get to share it with the world via Connect. Thank you, Ken Speakman. We're on Apple TV and Roku, and we're part of this family.
Right. I love Erica and Sainty, they're amazing, the Nielsen's, all incredible spiritual people, really grounded in their community.
That's what's amazing to me about the whole Bay cast and crew is that, not only are they incredibly talented and they've created this incredible show, but they're really incredible people.
Yeah, they're really
beautiful, really friendly, beautiful people.
We have a little preview and taste of our show on Monday. Let's take a peek.
Again. Do me a favor, lay low and don't trust nobody.
I need to see Sarah.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Let go, Pete.
Do you take Peter Garrett to be your lawfully wedded husband?
Karen, you're dead.
So are you, baby.
Why are we doing this?
So that you can understand why it is exactly that you are lying on a hospital bed on life support.
You tell me who raped her. Who the raped her? So fast, I gotta do this moment.
What? No. You can get this
It's so good I found you.
That would be Venus, goddess for love and beauty.
Mr. John Blackwell. Honey, do tell.
Arms around you.
Ian, she's perfect.
Hi.
Hi.
The love you planted in me.
Janice wants me to be the face of her new fragrance line.
You're young, you're beautiful, you're sweet. You kind of have it all.
Including the man that you're in love with, right?
Hey, Steve!
You're about to embark on a serious trial with someone very dear to me.
Yes, I know. Your beloved daughter, Sarah.
Judge Iris Hopkins presiding in the case of the versus Sarah Garrett.
Please be seated.
What do you think's gonna happen when she sees you? You think she's not gonna recognize you?
Prosecution wants you to believe that Sarah Garrett went from a bitter, rejected young woman
To a homicidal killer in a matter of seconds.
My instincts tell me that Sarah Garrett is as guilty as sin, and I'm rarely wrong.
Sarah hated my father.
No more!
She wanted him dead so she could take over his empire.
We're going to provide evidence to prove that she was actually a cold-blooded, calculated killer.
Daniel, what the hell, man?
You just need to accept who you are.
This will break the internet.
What's it? Crazy?
What if I was?
It was you that I miss when their dancers start to kiss.
I need you to talk to Erin and
keep Sarah out of jail.
Pete and your family's a whole bunch of criminals, spoiled little piece of shit.
It doesn't look good for you, Sarah.
Are you ready to hashtag binge the Bay with us?
Let's do it.
I was gonna blame the AC for me being so hot and like sweaty today, but I think it's actually the Bay.
It's
the
totally
Bay.
Bay. Absolutely. Season 3 was a critically acclaimed season. It paved the way for them to win their 4th consecutive Emmy for Outstanding Digital Daytime Series. Congratulations. No other daytime series has ever done this before, you guys.
Incredible.
So we're so excited to celebrate with them on Monday here at Good Morning Lalaland.
So exciting. So let's talk a little bit about Friday Feeling, Wisdom of the Day. We're going to talk and ask you guys, how do you powerfully love? That's the question of the day. So let's talk about this. How do you powerfully love? You know, from a spiritual perspective, we know that the moment that we assign someone as our source of joy, it actually automatically assigns them as our source of suffering as well. So the point of powerfully loving is knowing that there is only one source of love, and it is within our higher self.
Wow.
So how do you guys powerfully love?
Well, that's tricky, honestly. I'm figuring that out. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, I'm chronically social. So I think the way I powerfully love is just really investing in my relationships with quality time. I love quality time. It serves me. I think it really serves my relationships, both, you know, intimate relationships, friendships, family relationships, and really just speaking that love language, quality time.
That's powerful. Just quiet my mind, honestly, and just allow people to be whatever it is they want to be.
Right?
You are a master of that, Rob.
He really is so good at that.
The only reason, if I've ever done it well, the only reason would be because I know the pain of doing it so poorly, right? Like when you are in your head and you're trying to figure out people and you're trying to get them to do what you want and all that, it's exhausting.
So
it doesn't work.
How do you remove those expectations, though? Because that's something I'm still trying to master. You know, I really expect a lot from the people in my life, and I really need to realize that I let go, release the expectations I put on them.
It's such a good question, Jez. I think for me, it's realizing that the only reason I want anybody to do anything at all or not do anything at all is because I want to feel better. So everything I want in my life, whether it's to achieve something, acquire something, or accomplish something, it's for the purpose and point of feeling better, of what I call happiness. So if I'm optimizing for that, I know that 100% of that is up to me. It's not up to other people. And if I put it in their hands, then I've disempowered myself from being able to find peace or happiness.
Totally. I remember I was, as you guys all know, I was so codependent. I was one of those women that was a disaster in relationship. I'd be up and down, and everything was contingent on how that relationship was. And I remember a mentor said there's 2 points of power in relationship. You obviously, you have to know source is the only source of happiness and love. But they'd say you either see everyone as the miracle that they are, period. You only see them as that, or you never settle. One or the other. Like you gotta like pick and choose. Like, are you gonna stand in that position of power, whichever that is. So I think it's a great question, and I think everyone answers it for themselves.
I love what Byron Katie says. She says, there's God's business, your business, and everybody else's business. And if you're stressed, you're either in God's business or everybody else's business. That's the whole, I'm like, that's such a good point. Yeah, I'm trying to control things I can't control, like other people.
So the question is, how do you powerfully love? So let's take a break. When we come back, we're gonna get back to the interviews and ask and get some hacks and tips from these people on how to love our life more in all realms. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Welcome to the Focus TV studios in West Hollywood. I'm Jez Moyer, host of LA Unscripted and co-host of Good Morning Lalaland, America's first live streaming daily talk show. And today I have the privilege to announce the latest issue of Focus magazine, and we're calling it the Empowerment Issue. These pages are filled with some of the most amazing personalities that are truly empowering others. On the cover is Ms. Kelly Gores, a filmmaker who's dedicated her work to empowering others to take charge of their own health and wellness and heal. We're also proud to feature Mr. Mark Teschner, a 9-time Emmy Award-winning casting director for General Hospital. I had the honor of interviewing Mr. Teschner at Prospect Studios, where he is empowering some of the most talented personalities in daytime television. It is an honor to feature Ms. Ellen Racketon, a 13-time Emmy Award-winning producer known for her work empowering others through The Oprah Show and now in Red Table Talks. She is a true entertainment mogul, a loving mother, and an absolute empowerista. And speaking of empowerista, the creator of the Empowerista show herself, Ms. Alex Worley. And where can you find an LA dining experience that feels like home? Right in Encino on Ventura Boulevard. I had the honor of interviewing Chef Nigel at Davenport's, where it's good food, good friends, and great family. And Focus magazine readers now have a new morning routine. Bel Air has welcomed Mr. Warren Kalute, aka Chef Warren of Holy Juice, an incredible juice bar right at the Bel Air Glen Center. Also in this issue, Mr. Kim Vo, known as the best blonder in the business. No matter what celebrity he's working with, he always goes back to his roots. A special shout out to Ms. Lillian Garcia, who I had the honor to interview for the previous cover of Focus magazine. Part of her empowering tribe is From Music to Mindset with Arden Kaywin and Greg Sims with a practical goal-setting technique. And Elizabeth Winkler contributed a very empowering piece from Laura Wasser, who is changing the face with divorce because it's over easy. Also featured fellow TV host Ms. Lisa Torres, who's empowering us to live a very high vibe life. And not all heroes wear capes, and we're proud to feature Focus TV family member Ms. Sally Colon, the filmmaker behind Women Like Us documentary. And our travel editor, Ms. Wendy Brokaw, contributed a great piece about a chic hotel in the desert. Empowering us all to crack the code on social media, our friend, Ms. Emily Raber. And it was an honor to celebrate the 45th annual Daytime Television Awards. It was conscious conversation and red carpets, an epic week of glamour and giving back. I had the honor of interviewing some of the most prominent people and personalities in daytime television. A special thanks to Mr. Kent Speakman and Connect TV for partnering with Good Morning Lalaland to empower us and entertain us. It's all empowerment in this issue of Focus magazine. We are the only magazine in the country that offers a full video library to complement our print features. Your favorite interviews are also available as a podcast on iTunes. I'm Jessamine Moyer, and for all of the entertainment, enlightenment, and empowerment we share today, don't miss the latest issue of Focus magazine. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning Lalaland. It's Friday, y'all, and we are starting with brunch. I'd love to welcome to the show Chef Jeff Arrieta. Thank you so much for being here, Chef.
Yum.
We're so excited for Petite Taqueria and the launch of their brunch. Tell us a little bit about the restaurant, what we've got here.
Okay,
Take
cool.
it away.
Yeah, so Petite Taqueria, we're located here locally in West Hollywood on La Cienega. We started doing brunch on Saturdays and Sundays now, which is you know, a great spot for the local neighborhood. It brings great food, you know, atmosphere to the neighborhood there. As far as like the food goes there, we've started like with a little bit of like a seasonal and driven ingredients, as well as like authentic Mexican ingredients with a little bit of a California twist to it.
It feels like Mexican comfort food.
Yeah, definitely. So when you're eating it, you know, you should be able to realize like, or like have a memory back to like a traditional Mexican dish, well, with a little bit of like, you know, like changing it up, you know, a little new school on it, a little bit different flavor. Like in the seafood molcajete, we have mango, which is like a fresh fruit, you know, a little bit different than some traditional seafood molcajetes that you have, but it still brings like a really light, bright, you know.
How do you do
Yeah.
ceviche? It's not a ceviche.
So it is a ceviche. It's like, so this would be like a campechana, which is like a mixed seafood. We serve it in a molcajete, which is, you know, pretty much for presentation. This dish is like designed to incorporate all the flavors really well together with like a mortar and pesto.
Erin, do you want to try it?
I want like all of it.
I
love Mexican food. Being from Santa Barbara, it's my, I mean, how can you not want some good, fresh Mexican
You know
food?
what, that was one of the first things I realized when I moved to Los Angeles, is that the Mexican cuisine here, unparalleled. All the fresh ingredients and produce you have access to in Southern California. I mean, just look at the color of these peppers and the avocados and the lemons and the limes. They're vibrant, and I love how you've incorporated that into the presentation of these dishes.
Yeah, definitely. Like all the stuff that you see sitting there on the table, you know, has been worked its way into here, and we eat a lot of times with our eyes first, you know, so obviously it's good to see like bright colors, something that entices you to want to eat it first with your eyes, and then once you get into it, you realize, oh, it's really good, you know.
It's the thing I like about this is that it's fresh. Like if you're trying to eat light, you can eat just the proteins and just the veggies, and then if you're going a little extra, you can have the beer and the
Exactly,
you know,
got a little margarita
and the chips. You know, so it's like that's what's great about Mexican food. You can go at the one dish, you can choose how you want to eat,
and you can ease your way into the guilt.
Right? And I always go one chip, only one chip. And then,
exactly.
Famous last words.
Go right into this mocha.
Let's
try
seafood molcajete. Well, and
some.
that's what's great too about your restaurant, Petite Taqueria, is that it's really cozy taco bar, right?
Super cozy, intimate inside. It's well, a little dim lighting, but you know you're able to get in there. Here you go.
Would you like that? Would you like this? Share this octopus with me?
Let's do it.
Wow,
Let's
that's
do
a little
it.
intimate.
Wow.
Way to start the morning.
Right.
Yum.
Fresh seafood.
So thanks for coming down.
Oh,
you have
wow.
2 kids, you said?
I do, yeah. 2
So
kids.
you're a little tired, I would imagine.
A little bit, but it's going well. The wife's doing great. Everything's going well.
The wife, that's awesome. We give a big shout out to the wife and the kids over here. So
Yeah,
thank you so
definitely.
much. So how can people find you?
You guys can find us on Instagram, Petite Taqueria, or you can locate us on our website, petitetaqueria.com, or stop in our restaurant. We're at 755 North La Cienega Boulevard, right around the corner from here.
And what are your hours for brunch?
Hours for brunch are from 11 to 3, Saturdays and Sundays. And then Saturdays we open for dinner as well at 6 p.m. That's Monday through Saturday.
Do you have a favorite dish?
If I had to pick one of the dishes, probably the seafood molcajete is one of my favorite right now on the menu. It's really, really bright. You know, people see it in the restaurant and they're like, oh, what is that? You know, I want one of those on the table. And then see one go out, and then all of a sudden there's like 3 or 4 of them out there in the restaurant.
It is
great.
like a fiesta in a bowl,
Exactly.
right there. That
I can eat that every day.
Yeah, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Healthy, happy.
Yeah, it's not heavy
makes
at all.
me feel like I'm on vacation.
Right.
Looks beautiful. Great job. Gorgeous presentation.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We are so excited that you are in the community, that we can have brunch with you, and we're going to invite all of our guests from the show to have a little Petite Taqueria with us at the end of the show.
Sounds
okay?
great.
Awesome. Great. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning Lalaland. I'm Jessa Moye, co-host of Good Morning Lalaland with my associate producer,
Victoria Simone.
And we are coming to you live from Bel Air, absolutely Lalaland.
Yes, speaking of Lalaland, who was on Good Morning Lalaland?
This week was incredible. We got motivated by Natalie Ellis.
Yes, the OG boss babe.
And we perfected our tribe with Lori Harder. She's got a great new book
called A Tribe Called Bliss.
We talked to a great lifestyle dating coach, Miss Therese Germain,
founder of The Compass.
We also had on Stephen Barber. He is the founder of Vanilla Sky Productions.
Yes, and former military man.
We also featured Miss Sally Cologne.
Yes, she's a female director, producer, and documentarian, and a member of the Focus TV family.
We also had an incredible psychic reading with a world-renowned intuitive psychic, Rebecca Fearing.
Yes.
And we chose love with Seb Debo.
We also learned to let it go with our girl Shafali in the house. Let's look at a clip of her singing.
Emoji.
You were my sky, I was your prize. Was she worth the ride? Yeah. All this time, thought you were mine, mine. Yeah. I've been telling myself what I already know. Yeah. Already know. Yeah. Something about you got me so twisted. We could have ruled the world, baby, admit it. Baby, you know I'm yours. Baby, you know I'm yours. It's hard to let you go, yeah.
What? Love that song.
That girl can sing.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in to This Week in La La Land.
It's gonna be a good morning, La La Land.
I mean, clearly. Bye, guys.
Welcome to Good Morning La La Land. We are so excited to talk about love today, and I really think that there's so many people that love their careers, and this is one of the young, amazing actors. Ashton Tyler, you are a phenomenal actor. Do you love acting?
Absolutely.
When did you start?
I'm gonna just start with saying I wanted to start when I was like 4, and then I wanted to start when I was 6, but my mom, she shut me down each time. She said, no. You
gotta wait.
Go to your room, play your Wii. I don't care, just go. And then she was like, you know what, fine, you can act. And I was like, all right, how do we start? And she was like, so she found this showcase, and it was like 180 people, adults and kids, and only 3 people got picked, and I was one of the 3, and I got an agent. And then like about a year or so later, I got Hidden Figures, and that was amazing.
I mean, that's huge. Octavia Spencer, what was it like working with that cast?
Being Octavia Spencer's son in the movie, it was kind of terrifying because she's like the aunt / mom on set, and I was the new kid that was always getting in trouble.
Oh no.
So she was always looking at me like, Ashton, you better not mess up today. I'm like, yes, ma'am, I'm sorry. And I hadn't even done anything that day.
She was just giving you
But we're
advance
talking
notice.
Black Panther.
Yes.
Uncle, I mean, you're in like all
Uncle
these
Drew.
huge things. Like, how do you land these roles?
I'm just gonna say my mom, God, and my agent.
Oh, amen,
Wow.
right?
Powerful team you've got.
Sure is.
Powerful team you got.
Tell us about the film that's coming out this summer, Uncle Drew.
Yes,
There's
that
some
comes
basketball legends in there, Shaquille O'Neal.
Kyrie Irving, Chris Webber. Yeah, it's basically about, for those who don't like basketball but do like some of the people that are in it, basically it's about Uncle Drew, and he's played by Kyrie Irving, and his nephew, who I play, but like the young version, and I play the young version of everybody. And so basically they go on trips, and they're trying to beat the nephew's enemy, who's played by Nick Kroll, and he's hilarious. And basically they're just going on this whole rivalry trip, basically old people against people who are young, but the old people are more in the game of basketball.
It sounds like there could have been a little bit of trouble on this set too.
Not so much.
No.
I mean, we played a lot of basketball.
Okay.
But most of the time it was working, and if it wasn't work, it was just playing around.
So Good Morning La La Land, we talk a lot about mindset, we talk about faith, we talk about all that. So how has that played into, you said you had God, your mom, and your agent on your team, right? So how is, you're 4 years old wanting to act, like how did your faith and how did your mindset play into this?
I got baptized when I was like 2 or 3, and they were like, you sure? And I was like, yeah, I want to. And they were like, you know what, fine. I mean, so God plays a big role in everything that I do, because I pray before I do auditions, food, and all of my friends are like, why do you do that stuff? And I'm like, I don't know, it's just a habit, and then I just happen to like it. So.
And it works.
It works, yeah.
Yeah, it's working for you.
Yeah.
How would you explain what prayer is? People out there that don't understand what prayer is.
First, faith is basically, the definition of faith is believing in something that you can't physically see. And basically praying is faith that God will give you what you need and what you don't need and help you get farther in life.
Nice.
It's very powerful.
Beautifully said.
So what's next for
BT. BT
Yes.
Awards. You might need me on your team, I think. I want to be a part of that team. It feels like a good team to be a part of.
Basically, the BET Awards is fun. We've already done one last night, and that was absolutely awesome. We had tacos. We had like a lot of stuff. I had like 8 tacos, and my colon hated me. And basically, we had a lot of fun, and tonight we're doing the teen mixer thing, I guess. I don't know where that is. My mom handled that stuff. And then we just have a lot of stuff going on this week, and then, of course, the BET Awards, and that's going to be interesting and fun to watch and stuff. So
it'll be fun to watch you on your socials go through all of this.
Yes.
Is there anybody you're looking forward to seeing? Who would you say? Anybody that inspires you, actors? Or?
Since I've looked at the nominees,
okay.
All of the Black Panther crew is in almost each category.
Yeah.
But the one that I'm most looking forward to meeting is Denzel Washington. For, I think that was Roman J. Esquire.
Yeah.
And that one, he did an amazing job on that. I kind of worked with Tiffany Haddish on Uncle Drew, but I never met her. So I'm looking forward to meeting her because she's like my mom. I'll just say interesting. It's just gonna be interesting to watch everything go down. I don't know who I'm sitting next to. I just know it's gonna be interesting.
Do you know what you're gonna wear?
Yes, it's a designer thing with, I forgot the dude's name. His name's Jay. I don't know his last name, but he's.
It's a hot look, though. That's
he's
what you
a
know.
new up-and-coming designer, just like how I'm a new up-and-coming actor. So I'm doing collaborations and stuff. And then I also have, I call her my aunt, but she's not really my aunt. Her name's Mo, and she worked on Black Panther and Uncle Drew. And she's like one of my other designers, so she helped me pick out some outfits. So yeah.
You do have a powerful crew,
right?
Don't you?
Yes, I do.
So we're knowing Denzel. We know that God is going to deliver whatever is supposed to happen, whatever relationship that is, to meet each other tonight. And so excited for your journey. It's so inspiring for all of us, and I'm sure many, kids out there watching you, knowing that they can fulfill their dreams if they really have it in them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Be sure to check out his latest film, Uncle Drew, coming out this summer. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning Lalaland.
Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into This Week in Focus. My name is Victoria Simone, associate producer here at Focus TV Network, America's first live streaming daily talk show network, but you already knew that. And today, I am in the beautiful Los Angeles with my girl,
Jasmine Moye, co-host of Good Morning Lalaland, coming to you from Bel Air. Absolutely La La Land.
So last week on the Focus TV Network, we had Reshape with Ali Landry, and on that show was Gail Becker.
She is the creator of Cully Power Pizza. It's gluten-free, guilt-free, and absolutely delicious.
We had Soul Reboot with our amazing host, Allison Charles.
And a special guest, Sahara Rose.
We had What's Good, hosted by Amy Paffrath and Jocelyn Walter, and on that show was
Heartbroken Anonymous,
Naz Perez. We had hashtag Harry and Kelly with our amazing hosts Harry Howard and Kelly Russo. And on that show,
Focus TV family member, Ms. Laura Odegaard, host of Millennial Life.
We love you. Ms. Jeslyn Moye, who was on Good Morning Lalaland.
We were absolutely motivated by Natalie Ellis. She is the creator of The Boss Babe. Yes, she is the OG Boss Babe.
Yes.
We also had Lori Harder, as well as Therese Germain, who's created a new dating and life counseling service called The Compass, really giving us a new direction.
We had Focus TV family, Sally Colon.
She is a filmmaker extraordinaire, female director, producer, and documentarian.
Yes.
And also,
another Focus TV family member, Tanya Memi.
Absolutely living it. And we are so excited to announce the latest issue of the Focus magazine. Gracing the cover is Miss Kelly Gore. She is the filmmaker behind Heel. In these pages, you'll find a great article, Not All Heroes Wear Capes, about Sally Colon. Also on the cover, Mr. Mark Teschner, 9-time Emmy Award-winning producer, as well as Ms. Ellen Racketon. She served as one of the executive producers at Oprah Winfrey's show for 23 years and has won an enormous 13 Emmys for her creative work.
Thanks so much for tuning into This Week in Focus. Have a great day, guys. I'm Victoria Simone.
It's going to be a good morning, La La Land. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning Lalaland. We're so excited because Racing Colt is premiering tonight, and the power producing duo is here with us in the house. Heather Provost, Scott Deaning, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for coming
Hashtag power couple. So excited.
Power duo, yes.
Power duo,
yes.
yeah. Okay, not couple.
That's how we survive.
Oh, okay, that's how I thought. Okay, I always have it wrong. I'm like the worst names, everything. I'm like a Regis around here, because I think he got every name wrong for years on TV. That's me here. So,
well, you guys have worked together for 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. 20 years.
How did that start?
Well, we were both performers a million years ago, and we met doing a show. Was it 20 years?
It's about 20 years.
20 years.
Wow.
Coming on 20 years. We did the Spider-Man rock show at Universal Studios. I was the Goblin, and she was the, and Heather was the
singer-dancer.
Featured singer, really.
At Universal Studios.
At Universal Studios.
Wow.
And I mean, it's just the talent in that room have gone off to Broadway, TV shows. I mean, they're just killing it. So we just created a friendship because I'm Sicilian and Heather's Sicilian, and we just got each other's vibes. And like, you're a good buddy. You're a good buddy.
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome.
And 20 years later, writing, producing, directing.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had countless successful projects, and now Racing Colt. Tell us a little bit about the film.
Yeah. So it is a look into Hollywood with and you take off the colored glasses.
What do you mean?
That's crazy.
This was drilled in our head.
And it's through the eyes of a personal assistant who helps his hero, his cinematic hero, go through a shoot, an Ernest Hemingway biopic, and slowly the ex-action star, the
oh my gosh.
That's good luck. The ex-action star, whose name is Colt Racer, he goes back to his old ways of
And fights those demons that never have left.
Oh, yeah.
And basically, the personal assistant asks, "Who's my hero? Am I my own hero? And do I want to go down this course to become a hero?"
The most important thing I think too is we often put people on pedestals that we really shouldn't, and it's about be careful who you bestow that title of hero.
Sounds like the same thing we're talking about with love. Like the moment you assign someone as your source of joy, they also automatically become your source of suffering. Yeah, so it sounds very philosophical.
It's very powerful. We have a look at the trailer. Let's take a peek.
Oh, y'all did?
Yeah.
First time I saw him, I knew he could walk on water. Over and over, I'd play him on my VHS. I wanted to be him. He could do anything in my eyes. Even today.
Wow.
Come on, Colt. Just one interview, huh? It's in my suite. Come on, 15 minutes, bing, bang, boom, you're out of here.
Reporters just want to castrate me.
You're gonna be fine.
I just want to pry and dig, draw blood.
Kill him with kindness.
Oh, no. That's just the appetizer.
You just pissed on my phone.
Are you high?
He has his moments, but he's my hero.
Problem with heroes is that sooner or later they let you down harder than anyone else.
Wow. I loved that. The hardest role you have to play is yourself.
Right?
Ooh. What's that been like for you guys working in Hollywood?
Oh, how much time do we have?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we're just so inundated in this town with you have to be this certain person, you have to live up to this expectation, you gotta have this car to be fulfilled. And really, what attracts people is when you, as you said, you have gratitude and you make it about other people, that's when you find yourself. And what Heather and I have found in our duo act, I guess you can say, is that we don't make it about ourselves because we want the other to succeed, and we want the others around us in our team to succeed. And when ego is pushed to the side, that's when we find success each and every day.
Can you teach Hollywood about that now? We'd like you to. Yes.
And he wears 12 hats now. It's one more.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's so important, I think, to just be good to people. I think somewhere something happened that people stopped kind of being good to people on the regular, and it's so important. It's so important to put good stuff out there in the universe and be kind to each other. And I think it's very important. So when you do put that kind of energy out, I think more of it kind of comes in. At least that's what I've discovered personally in the last few years.
Yeah, for sure. It's important, you guys.
Absolutely.
So what inspired this? Who had the script? How did it all come about, the actual movie?
Well, I was producing in New York on Broadway for a little bit, and this was originally a play that Scott had talked to me about. So we were looking at it as a play, and then started developing it as a screenplay. But
Heather's a Broadway producer, and she's a Tony-nominated producer.
Wow.
So she knows
just that little thing.
Just a little thing.
Yeah. That's a while ago.
And she, and she saw promise in this script, and we started developing it, and we realized this may be
this is a movie.
Screenplay. So
Wow.
we just, and then we gathered people whom we knew who were phenomenal actors.
Yeah.
Really an important message, especially at this time in history for Hollywood. So congratulations, you guys. Very excited about all of the work you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Theaters nationwide today?
Yes, on
The
Amazon.
theaters in LA today.
Right. Okay.
And then Amazon tonight, and then we start rolling out to select theaters, and we start rolling out to all of the other VOD.
Google Play.
Yeah.
So exciting.
About a month,
Congratulations.
we roll out to that.
Everything's changing so much in Hollywood, right? I mean,
Oh my gosh.
Amazon versus theaters versus whatever. Where do you guys see everything going?
I think that we're really excited to kind of get the digital life out there. I think to get it on those VOD streaming
That's the
platforms.
future.
That's you guys really know. So
I know, these are
right,
platforms.
that's where it is right now.
Right. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
all
you.
your messages, great messages and great vibes. So nice to meet
Thank
both of
you
you.
all.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
absolutely.
And you are a power couple.
Power duo. Thank you. Stay tuned for that hour. Good morning, LaLa.
Welcome to Good Morning Lalaland. We are so excited to announce
That Good Morning LaLa is now being featured on Connect TV.
That's right. You can check it out on Apple TV, Roku, iOS, and Android, as well as on the web.
Check us out. We're going to be everywhere, literally.
We are going to believe, connect, and change the world. It's going to be a Good Morning LaLa.
Hey, Dr. Drew here, and I am on the HEAL Advisory Board. I got involved with this organization because it's the answer to our healthcare problem. Listen to me. You go to urgent care, you go to emergency room, you are paying for all that equipment, all that infrastructure, you're wasting time, you're exposing yourself to sick people. All you gotta do is go to heal.com or get the HEAL app at heal.com, get that HEAL app, and you can have a doctor wherever you are. It's $99 if you don't have insurance, though most insurances cover it. It's the most effective way to get the care you're looking for and the most cost efficient. $99 all in. That's it. And you get a board certified physician to show up wherever you are, your home, your work, whatever it is, 8A to 8P, 7 days a week, including holidays. And that board certified individual, that licensed professional, is going to just be paying attention to you and focusing on you and using his or her judgment to take care of your needs in that moment. Go to HEAL. Check it out. You'll see what I'm saying. You'll see what I'm talking about.
welcome back. We are talking about love, dating, and relationships on Friday. So we have Connell Barrett, who's a dating and love relationship expert from New York. What's up?
New York City. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Yeah,
Thank you.
welcome to Lalaland. So you've really mastered the transformation it requires for dating. Let's talk about that.
I was the biggest dork for 35 years. I was dateless. I had low confidence. I didn't know how to talk to a girl. And
I love how in his bio he says he had a condo in the friend zone.
Yeah.
This was.
I owned vast tracts of real estate in the friend zone. And I've always been a big lover of self-development and seminars and firewalking at Tony Robbins events and making yourself better.
Firewalking.
So yeah, because that makes you face your fear.
Yeah, for sure.
And a lot of men have a lot of fear in the area around success with women in dating, and I know I did. So about 10 years ago, I took massive action and I worked with all these different coaches, a lot of whom taught me great stuff. But there was always this sort of aspect of sketchiness, of selfishness, the way that like a quote unquote pickup artist teaches. And I said, I think there's a better way to do this. Let's see what happens when you just go up to women or go on dates and you become what I call being radically authentic. So it's about dating with integrity and dating with authenticity. Like having the willingness to put your real self out there. And what I found for me and what I found for my clients is they actually get better results and they get to be the real man they are, not some sketchy dude, not a nice guy, people pleaser, but the little man inside, and doing it with total integrity and respect for women, which is really important to me.
So what does that mean? We're at a restaurant bar and you kind of see someone that you'd like to approach. What would you recommend?
That happens a lot. So I take guys out in LA and in New York in person. I'm Hitch.
You're their wing. Okay.
I'm
Everybody wants to be Hitch. What a fun job.
Yeah. I get to be Hitch. So I get a lot of guys who've never approached a woman who they don't know through some kind of introduction. And I say, all right, who here is interesting to you? Who's attractive? Who intrigues you? And he might point to a couple of women standing at a bar, for instance, at that restaurant. And then I say, all right, well, tell me the most honest thing you're feeling right now about them. And he usually says something like, oh my gosh, she's intimidatingly beautiful, but I'd love to meet her. And I say, that's your pickup line. That's how you go in. Whatever you're thinking and feeling within your heart is what you bring out to that woman. And there's a great power in summoning that strength and that vulnerability and putting yourself out there. And a lot of women love that. And even if the woman's not available, or if she's married, or if she's just, that guy is not her type, that's totally fine. What I tell my clients is it's all about the process and taking the action and doing it with realness. And the crazy thing that happens with a lot of my clients is when a man walks up to a woman and says something that honest and true, he kind of snaps into congruence. He sends a real clear message, and she thinks he's a really confident guy who's using a line, but it's only because he's at peace with who he is and he's showing his real self. And then natural chemistry can take things from there.
So I have a question for you, as the woman at the bar, being approached. How do I become less intimidating? You know, you mentioned that man saying, "Oh, she's intimidatingly beautiful." Well, I don't want to be intimidating. How can I work on that?
You shouldn't change anything. Not just you, I mean you, Jocelyn, but any woman. It's not about her. The reason why a man feels intimidated, it's the thoughts and the beliefs he has about himself. So the reason he might be intimidated to look at you and walk up to you, and I would have felt the same way 10 years ago, seeing somebody like you, attractive, classy woman, is a lot of men would think, oh, I'm not good enough for her. That's what's intimidating. It's nothing you're doing. It's these thought patterns that they have. It's some limiting beliefs. And what I like to go in and do for the right client is basically help them rewire that dating software. Because most guys are running on Windows 97.
So, right? So how do you,
obsolete.
Working with, in particular, it seems like men in our culture have felt like they need to be something that they're not to get a girl or whatever.
Right.
How do you deal with having somebody really get authentic and get in touch with who they really are? Like, for example, I have friends that clearly are not monogamous and they have tried to be that in relationship and they're just not that. And I go, why don't you just be authentic and be
Yeah.
who you are, and then they attracted somebody who's not necessarily monogamous either, right? So how do you deal with that with people to get their come to understanding who they even are to go out into the dating world?
Very powerful question. The answer for me is I spend enough time with them. On a program, when I'm working with them one-on-one, I get to know them a little bit. Actually, I get to know them a lot. So I can sense after a little bit of time who they really are, because their real self will come out with me, because they're not trying to impress me. They're not trying to get a date with me. They're not trying to get anything from me. I'm seeing his real self. So when we go out to a bar, or when we go to a park or a Barnes & Noble and he walks up to a woman and then he acts like an entirely different person, I see the mask go on. And so many men wear masks with women, whether it's a date or an approach. They try to play like, they try to be James Bond cool.
Oh, all the time.
Or, yes, you know that feeling. Yeah.
Completely.
Or how about the macho a-hole, the jerk persona?
Or that puts you down.
Yeah, the nag, the pickup artist trick. The nag.
The nag.
Right.
He puts you
Right.
down, so then you're like, oh, wait a minute, I don't want you to think that about me, and then you try even harder.
Yeah, and that actually can work in certain contexts, but it's just such a terrible way to go through life, like manipulating people, pushing buttons. You can actually get better results if you just go up fully authentic. And what I call it being radically authentic, radical authenticity. So like if you're a Star Trek nerd, be a Star Trek nerd. You know, if you're a dork, be a dork. If you're a single dad, you know, talk about your kids. Lean into it, basically. Lean into who you are. And what's going to happen when you do that as a man is a woman's going to see, oh wow, this guy is being himself with me. He's being original. There are very few original men in the world.
So what makes your approach and technique different? What makes working with you a unique opportunity?
I think it's the intersection of authenticity and integrity. I'm a big believer in, I think that the two highest human needs after love would be growth and contribution. And most other dating coaches and the pickup guys out there are basically teaching how to take. Go up to that woman and take her validation, take her beauty. Hey, I got her number, check it out. It's about ego gratification. But a much higher way to go about it, I believe, is looking at it through the lens of personal growth, becoming a better man, a more honest man, a better communicator, a more vulnerable man, and also making every woman you meet, making her life a little bit better.
Right.
Even if it's for 30 seconds or in a whole relationship.
How do you, like, I would imagine it's a big ego thing for a man to go, I need a dating coach, right? Like, that's a hard thing for most men. How do they find you? How do they go, oh, this guy's cool, I think I'll, you know, how do they get over that ego thing?
They're in pain, and they'll do what it takes to get out of the pain.
That's a perfect response.
Yeah. They're hurting, they have a bleeding neck, and they need somebody to patch it up. And one of the client who made me addicted to becoming a dating coach is a guy named Ken. And he came to me, he was about 25 when he came to me. Not only was he still a virgin, but he'd never even kissed a girl. And he was the sweetest guy in the world. He's a college associate instructor, and he quotes like ancient Greek philosophy. He's a deep reader. But he looks a little bit like Jonah Hill. He's a little chubby, a little shorter than average. So he spent his whole life feeling that he was not selected by women. And he took my program, I showed him how to like lean into what makes him him. Like he was out at the bars, you know, any man can quote Homer Simpson, he can quote Homer's Odyssey. And he's at the bars like quoting Plato and leaning into his nerdiness, and I watched him have the first kiss of his life.
Wow.
With a beautiful Gwyneth Paltrow lookalike on a rooftop bar in Manhattan. And I've never seen a man have his first kiss, as far as I know.
It's so very intentional about love watching anyway.
.com awkward.
And she was 3 or 4 inches taller than him. She was the most beautiful woman in the bar. And to watch a man's inner beliefs shift before my eyes gave me chills and like basically almost made me cry. And he was like levitating afterwards, but I think I enjoyed his first kiss more than he did.
I love you, man.
Yeah.
Beer after.
Right.
Tell the guys out there how they can work with you.
Yes, absolutely. So I have a website called datingtransformation.com. You can go to datingtransformation.com and check out my blog, check out my how to contact me on the website. And I'm on Instagram, also Dating Transformation. And the last plug is I have a free Facebook group. You just search how to be your best self and get the girl. And you can join my Facebook group for free, watch my videos, you can interact with me, meet and talk to a lot of other cool guys and learn more about these concepts.
Wow.
So fascinating.
Yeah. From geek to like having the best like career any man would love to have. That's so awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. This was
Absolutely.
awesome.
Absolutely. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning Lalaland.
This is Jack. His mother didn't save his childhood artwork.
She just threw it all away like it was garbage.
If only his mother had Archive. Archive is the easiest and fastest way to chronologically store your child's art. Snap a picture, tag it, and store it safely in our cloud. Then share it with friends and family. Even turn it into a calendar, mug, or your very own printed book. Oh, you were gonna make one yourself? Yeah, that's what his mom said. Download the Archive app now and help us save art.
Archive, available now on the App Store.
And the reason they book me and keep me is because it's more than just training. It's just authentic. And so I think that's one thing I realized that I had my whole life was will. I'm so determined to get to where I want to go. I'm not going to let nothing stop me, not even myself. Right? And I try to tell my clients and people, it's all a mindset. You know, you got to really want it. They said, you can change anything, but before you change anything, you got to change it in your mind first. Just because I always say if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning Lalaland. We're so excited because Parker XL is in the house.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being with us. You are an incredible fashion blogger and influencer, and what I love most about you is how completely transparent you are.
Yes, that's all I know, is to be transparent. You know, we only have one life to live that we know of, and you should live it as true to yourself as possible.
Have you always been that way?
I have not always been that way. I have not. It took a lot of loving myself to get to that place, and accepting who I am and knowing that, you know, what I bring to the table, the next person doesn't bring, and vice versa.
What was the moment that you learned that for yourself?
I
you
think
made that decision?
when I moved out at 16, like I moved out at 16, and it wasn't because I had bad family issues or anything like that. It was primarily just believing in myself and trying to chase a dream. And the town that I lived in, it just was not possible. And so I was a very responsible young kid, I guess. And I think at that time, you kind of put everything into perspective. These are my priorities. These are the dreams that I have. These are the things that I want to achieve. And you have to let go of all those insecurity you do have, because if you don't, then they'll keep you back from your success. I think our biggest, the biggest thing keeping us from success is ourselves. We typically have these things in our head, or people have told us things, you know, you can't do that. And it's just because they can't do it, or someone told them that they couldn't do it. And so you start to believe like, oh, I can't do that, or oh, you're right. There's no one like me on TV, so maybe I shouldn't pursue that dream. You know, but you have to believe in yourself and know that you're going to pave the way for what you want to happen.
How did you learn to think that way? Was it other people? Was it books?
I think it was a combination of like my mentor and also just me having realization that if I don't do it for myself, that it won't happen. So it was a combination. I don't think it was really a book per se that kind of said, hey, this is what you should do, this is how you should do it. Because I don't think there is a guide on how to live life.
If you find it, you have to send it
yes.
to us.
Yes.
There's one.
Yes.
There's no guide, but you make it look really good. You know, working with Chris Brown and the BET experience, what's that been like for you?
Well, so right now, like I am working on a project with one of my clients, Perry White. So I also do brand consultant work. And so one of my clients, Perry White, is designing all of Chris Brown's tour pieces and the BET Experience performance pieces. And so I've been helping him get it all together, get the project going. And it's been a long process. I've been kind of just it's so surreal because we've been working on the brand for 2 years now to get it back to the place that it used to be in the 90s and 2000s. You know, he did the Bruno movie, did the Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man 1, but things have just changed drastically in the fashion industry. And so it feels good to have it. And I tell people all the time, consistency is success. Like if you're consistent with it, anything can happen.
We are, that's like our mantra, and consistency, you know, having daily talk shows is so important to be consistent. People need consistency because everything's so not consistent in our world right now. So my question for you really is, how do you, because you're so passionate about really having people follow their dreams, you following your dreams, how do you stay in the love of your dreams when there's a lot of other things, there's a lot of details, there's a lot of moving parts, there's hard parts of it. How do you stay in the love factor of it?
The love factor, I think for me, it's not letting bad energy in. And I know that sounds so cliche, but if you let people that have like negative energy and it just lingers around them, it's gonna linger on you as well. You know, have you ever been around someone that's always a negative Nancy, and then you wake up the next day and you're kind of feeling a little bit negative?
You're like, I'm slime.
You're just trying to figure out how, like, I'm a little upset, but you don't know why, and it's because their energy rubbed off on you. So for me, it's about if you're not a positive person, or you're not trying to do something better for yourself, or you're trying to uplift other people, then we can't really hang out because you're gonna bring all of your dispositions or your insecurities and bring it into the circle, and you're gonna mess up the whole feng shui of what I'm doing. How are we gonna say it?
It's so important to maintain and choose a conscious circle. And, you know, I know recently that there was a loss, one of the influencers that you work with, in a car accident. And tell us a little bit about what you learned from that experience.
Yeah, so it's a very young girl. You know, she's like she's a makeup and Amanda. She's a makeup and beauty influencer, and her and I kept saying we're gonna work together on something. We're gonna work together on something. We always have really good energy, and she's such a beautiful soul. And I think that was also the moment that I realized. I think I've always known that life is very short, but it puts everything more into perspective. And we were supposed to do a project. That project got canceled. And then a couple weeks later, I hear on the news, and I'm like, wait, that's Amanda. Wow. And it was just shocking. Like, hear her life. You know, she's in school also to be a lawyer. She's also in school to be a lawyer, and she was also working at a law firm outside of doing her fashion or her beauty influencing work. Hear her life was just gone like that. You know, and I took it for granted. That whole LA scene, it's all about like work. You never get a chance to really nurture relationships as much as you would like to. And so now I'm being a little bit more cognizant when going forward about this is a person that I really want to invest in, know more about, and actually follow up and do things that we're supposed to do. Because life is so short, and that was a really beautiful person that I really enjoyed their energy and having them around me.
So with that mission in mind, what is the next coming months look like for you?
Yes, so I'm working on a lot of different projects right now, as you would know, but I don't know if you guys follow me or anything, but right now I'm doing a partnership with Hims, and that's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. And then I just did the campaign for the Uprising brand, and we're working on the Chris Brown tour, and that's for my client with the consultant brand work. And I also have a book coming out, so it's gonna be like a style bag.
That's all. Talk about work.
You have to stay busy. You have to stay busy. That's another way to stay positive, because if you're so busy and you're so focused on your goals and your dreams, you have no room to have any negative energy around.
But you're not just busy, you are focused.
Yes, you have to be focused.
I gotta be focused. What do they say? Idle mind is the work of the devil, right?
Yes,
It's all the bad stuff starts coming, problems, right?
Exactly.
Well, you're such an inspiration, and thank you so much for just all your light and really, living the truth. You're living it, man. So awesome.
Tell people where they can follow you.
So you guys can follow me at, should I look at the camera?
Yeah.
Which one?
Right
You guys
there.
should follow me at ParkerX. That's at ParkerXL, like the shirt size I wear. And the same thing for my website, www.parkerxl. I always do fun giveaways from different companies that I work with. So it's an amazing blog to subscribe to. Like, I've even given away iPads. So definitely subscribe to it, guys.
Well, thank you for sharing and being so transparent and inspiring. We're really excited to be a part of your community.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning Lalaland.
Hello, Los Angeles. I
am your host and producer, Alex Worley, filming inside Focus TV's West Hollywood studio. Welcome to Empowerista, a show dedicated to highlighting female trailblazers and empowering you to turn your barriers into breakthroughs.
Hey guys, I'm Amy Paprath.
And I'm Justin Walter.
And this is What's Good, the show that's dedicated to positive, uplifting stories from all over the globe.
Welcome to Good Morning Lalaland. I'm Dr. Erin.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jessa Moye.
And we're making history as the first live streaming daily talk show.
This is where all kinds of shit happens.
Monday through Friday, we are going to be streaming to you live, Los Angeles, at 9 a.m. Pacific time on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Alyssa Goodman Show. So Kelly, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Alyssa. This is so fun.
I know.
What's up, Rose girls? I'm Jessica Carroll. Today we're gonna have so much fun because we have fitness personality Katie Austin.
Hey,
we're
thanks for having me on.
with
Cheers.
Katie Austin.
I love it. It
Cheers.
feels like a Saturday.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Millennial Life. I'm your host, Laura Odegaard, and today we are joined by the very beautiful former Miss California and now a TV host, Natasha Martinez. I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having
Of
me.
course.
You are tuning in to Slay with Rachel McCourt, and I have a fabulous guest. In studio with me is Liza Glukoff. She's just been named executive producer of programming at Awesomeness TV. I mean, no big deal, but huge. Hi. Thank you. Hi. Are we so excited right now? We are so excited. I mean, Thank we you for have having me. roses, we have perfect lighting, we've got some Spa Girl vodka in case we get a little crazy.
Hey, Dr. Erin here, teaching universal law and spiritual truth, having a conscious conversation in the heart of Hollywood. And I'm honored to have the guest today, who is Christina Pascucci, who is amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's an honor to be here with you. I so appreciate it.
Today on Moms Matter, we're going to talk about money, 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 something that we all struggle with and we need help with, and that's why we have the fabulous Winnie Sun, who's here with us today.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. I know you've been on MSNBC and Forbes, and you are the money expert.
Welcome back. We're talking about all things love, and we know that love always begins with the source within. So we're honored to have Erin Yari here today to talk about intuitive healing, sound bath, crystal healing, Reiki, all the above. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Thank you.
We needed you. We should have had you first thing because we could have just set the tone for everything here, right?
Balance out the energy.
I'd love to know more about what your journey was in discovering self-love.
Yeah. You know, it's always a work in progress, still today. I think there's a misconception that you're doing healing work, you're healed, your love life is great, your friendships are great, and yes, they are, but it's always a work in progress. So my journey has really been focusing on staying centered and staying in this heart space, right? And reconnecting and finding that inner truth. And keeping it real, just keeping myself real, and so that I can extend it and give it and share it.
Is that difficult for you to do in Los Angeles? I know, we've talked about that a lot, being able to be grounded in Lalaland. That's a huge task.
It is a huge task. I like to say I didn't choose LA, LA chose me. LA needs me.
We do need you.
LA needs this work. It's a challenge, but it's about staying centered, and the crystals are an amazing tool. Right. I almost always have one in my hand.
What's that?
This one is clear quartz. So clear quartz. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. This one is special because it's got points on both ends. So for something like today where I'm a little out of my comfort zone, I'll hang on to this one so that in a room full of
different energies they're kind of going through. Nothing's going to land and stick with me.
Oh, that's
and
swallow
it
that.
keeps going. Right?
I'll swallow that.
You're
Just
figure
walk
out.
around.
Let's not figure out
For a minute.
Awesome. Yeah.
So take us through
Almost
some of
there.
this. So when you're, you work with, of course, bowls, crystals, intuitive healing. Take us through some of it.
Yeah, so this is a crystal sound bowl. Usually there's many of them when I do my sound baths. Amongst other sound instruments, I did bring the Koshi chime. So sound healing is wonderful. I say it's my favorite form of meditation because a lot of times clients and people will come to me and say, I can't meditate, I can't be still, it's just there's too much going on. Well, that's why they need meditation, but I hear it.
Let's do it. Come on, let's
yeah,
show
but
us
sound meditation is great because you don't focus on the work of meditation. You just focus on the sound, and it's beautiful. Vibration sitting on the couch,
I can feel that.
Yeah, you can feel it. And so what it does is it penetrates our subtle body. It penetrates our energetic field, and it's healing. And while we get to lie back and take a nap and relax and enjoy the sound of it, it's doing a lot of deep healing work for us. And the chime is great also. It gives a really angelic, right? Very soft and sweet. And then if you get a little closer, it gives a deeper, I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Wow, yeah.
So these are some of the instruments I'll use in the sound baths. And then the crystals I use in my women's circles and in my one-on-one sessions with clients. We'll do gridding. We'll see which crystals are calling to them and which ones will benefit them in whatever's going on.
You said doing gridding. What is that exactly?
Crystal gridding. Yeah, so we'll use multiple crystals. You can use clear quartz and rose quartz together. Rose quartz is all about love and the heart center and universal peace and really building and growing that love from within so that it can extend without. And clear quartz is an amplifier. So placing, for instance, this rose quartz sphere and a bunch of these clear quartz around it, that's making a nice love grid, right? You're activating that energy.
Oh, should I just sleep with that on me?
You can.
Do I?
You can.
Yeah, people
Really?
have beds now that have crystals in the beds, and there's so many
I keep
things.
selenite next to my bed at the end of a long, busy day with my little ones. I will place, not this big, Mama, but something a little smaller and appropriate. I will place it on my chest to just sort of clear away that energy of the day.
So talk to me about the, shamanistic rituals with the feathers.
Yeah, so the feathers I use a lot when I do space clearing. I'll use sage, I'll use Palo Santo, sweetgrass, a number of other things also, but sage is the pretty popular one these days. So we light it, we allow the smoke to envelop ourselves and the space, and the feathers are symbolism. It's a symbolism of the air element and something bigger than us. Right?
Speaking of that, and I love that, I know that trust is very important to you. And I noticed the My Intent bracelet, which we all love. I don't have mine on today, but what role does trust play in healing?
Yeah, there's a lot of trust in healing, right?
A lot.
Yeah, for me, the word trust comes in big time. It's about trusting myself, right? And that's what I try to help all of my clients and people that come to me and ask me this. It's really about empowering each person to find their inner healer. Some people will say, wow, this is such a gift. And I tell them, no, it's not. We all have this, right? And it's trusting that. It's trusting that inner voice, and it's trusting that feeling that you get, that truth that's inside of you, that gut feeling. It's labeled and masked in different words and terms, but it really is all the same thing. It's that inner guidance, that intuitive feeling, and trusting that and allowing that to shape your life and shape your surroundings.
I love that.
What brought you to this place of being a healer?
Yeah. So
anybody in particular or anything in particular?
I do have a lot of mentors and teachers. I've always been very intuitive. I like to say I came out of the spiritual healing closet a couple of years ago. It's really something that's bigger than me. But my purpose and my place in it is to, like I said, help people find it in them also and keep it real.
Yeah.
Just keep it
I
real,
love
authentic.
I love how you spoke about also being a teacher in the spiritual realm that we have, that people are supposed to be perfect. And I think it goes back to our last interview, like around, you know, that anytime we have a mentor or someone that we think is so great, we put them on a pedestal. It just is, it's not, you know, it's just not the truth. And any teacher that's teaching, having people think they need them to do the spiritual work.
Out for
watch
those.
out, yeah. So thank you so much for saying that. We're all here, human, still in the school of life, so it's so important. So where can people work with you?
I am set up through Instagram right now. It's at RubyReal33. I'm in the process of building my website and all of that fun stuff, but for now, it's all through Instagram. It's all linked up. Yeah, you can find me there.
Great. Beautiful work. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing for the community.
Me. Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're bringing everyone back for some salsa. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Hey, Dr. Drew here, and I am on the HEAL Advisory Board. I got involved with this organization because it's the answer to our healthcare problem. Listen to me. You go to urgent care, you go to emergency room, you are paying for all that equipment, all that infrastructure, you're wasting time, you're exposing yourself to sick people. All you got to do is go to heal.com or get the HEAL app at heal.com. Get that HEAL app, and you can have a doctor wherever you are. It's $99 if you don't have insurance, though most insurances cover it. It's the most effective way to get the care you're looking for and the most cost efficient. $99 all in. That's it. And you get a board-certified physician to show up wherever you are, your home, your work, whatever it is, 8A to 8P, 7 days a week, including holidays. And that board-certified individual, that licensed professional, is going to just be paying attention to you and focusing on you and using his or her judgment to take care of your needs in that moment. Go to HEAL. Check it out. You'll see what I'm saying. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into This Week in Focus. My name is Victoria Simone, associate producer here at Focus TV Network, America's first live streaming daily talk show network, but you already knew that. And today, I am in the beautiful Los Angeles with my girl,
Jez Moye, co-host of Good Morning Lalaland, coming to you from Bel Air. Absolutely Lalaland.
So last week on the Focus TV Network, we had Reshape with Ali Landry, and on that show was Gail Becker.
She is the creator of Cully Power Pizza. It's gluten-free, guilt-free, and absolutely delicious.
We had Soul Reboot with our amazing host, Allison Charles.
And a special guest, Sahara Rose.
We had What's Good, hosted by Amy Paffrath and Jocelyn Walter, and on that show was
Heartbroken Anonymous,
Naz Perez. We had hashtag Harry and Kelly with our amazing hosts Harry Howard and Kelly Russo. And on that show,
Focus TV family member, Ms. Laura Odegaard, host of Millennial Life.
We love you. Ms. Jeslyn Moye, who was on Good Morning Lalaland.
We were absolutely motivated by Natalie Ellis. She is the creator of The Boss Babe. Yes, she is the OG Boss Babe.
Yes.
We also had Lori Harder, as well as Therese Germain, who's created a new dating and life counseling service called The Compass, really giving us a new direction.
We had Focus TV family, Sally Colon.
She is a filmmaker extraordinaire, female director, producer, and documentarian.
Yes.
And also,
another Focus TV family member, Tanya Memi.
Absolutely living it. And we are so excited to announce the latest issue of the Focus magazine. Gracing the cover is Miss Kelly Gore. She is the filmmaker behind HEAL. In these pages, you'll find a great article, Not All Heroes Wear Capes, about Sally Colon. Also on the cover, Mr. Mark Teschner, 9-time Emmy Award-winning producer, as well as Ms. Ellen Racketon. She served as one of the executive producers on Oprah Winfrey's show for 23 years and has won an enormous 13 Emmys for her creative work.
Thanks so much for tuning in to This Week in Focus. Have a great day, guys. I'm Victoria Simone.
It's going to be a good morning, La La Land.
welcome back to Friday Feels. Okay, guys, the question of the day is, how would you recommend for people to love powerfully, to powerfully love? So we're going to serve up some food where we hear your answers.
Let's
How
have a
about
little
that,
brunch courtesy of Petite Taqueria while we get real about some love. I mean, yeah, how do you love more powerfully? This is how I do it. I eat guacamole and
of course.
And sangria.
And sangria, lots of coffee. Here we go.
Okay, let's do
All right.
it.
So, how do you love more powerfully, Parker? Let's start with you.
You know, so I love more powerfully in the sense where I just kind of embrace people. You know, if they go low, you go high, and you just kind of always put out good energy out there. You know, people, if someone says something bad about you, it really speaks more to them than it does about you. So I just love powerfully just by putting that energy out there. Like, I'm gonna love you even though you may be this type of person.
Yeah.
Love them for who they are.
Woo, I love that.
Even though they don't feel that lovable at the time.
Yeah, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, this food looks delicious.
How about you?
As I said before, not making it about yourself, treating others, giving back to people. Because once you do that, you find your purpose. You truly find your purpose. And when you make it about yourself, that's when, I can't curse right now, but blunt goes awry. You know? And it's true. I mean, I'm from the South, so New Orleans, where we just accept everyone for who they are. We judge them by their character and not by the color of their skin or their heritage or where they come from. It's just like, come on my porch. We'll have us a nice hurricane and talk.
A little hurricane. I like that. Is that what it's like working with him? A little hurricane?
A hurricane?
You better lie like a rug.
Oh yes, that's
How about you guys? What's you guys?
Oh, me? I think it is about putting just the good energy out there and welcoming it when it comes back to you. I know in like love as far as relationship, like I know with my relationship, a rule for me is just to not do something. I always gauge myself on would I be doing this in front of my significant other or would I not? And that is the rule for me. If I can't do this in front of him, I'm not doing it. Whether it's saying something, doing something,
so
that's my rule. So that helps me love more powerfully because I'm bringing that kind of commitment to it.
I love that.
You know, one of the best practices for that is being on a reality TV show, believe it or not. Because you're mic'd all day, every day, and there are cameras on you all day. And so even when you're not on, on screen, you're reminded constantly that everything I say, somebody's listening to. Right? Yeah. So you suddenly start, kind of correcting yourself mid-sentence.
He reminds me about that all the time. He's like, we're on Instagram.
There are hotlines everywhere.
Highlights, save it.
Well, too, is that we live in a world where our phones,
they're listening.
Look, the truth is that the universe is listening 24/7. So
There you go.
anything we speak into existence is,
Whatever you
effective
speak,
regardless.
you're creating or destroying.
Words have power.
Ooh.
Right.
Powerful, right?
That's so powerful.
Whatever you speak, you're either creating or destroying.
Yep. Amen.
So choose those words wisely.
Choose them wisely,
Oh,
for sure.
wow. Well, we are Good Morning Lalaland, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Now available as a podcast on iTunes. Thanks again to Petite Taqueria for the great brunch this morning. Check them out on Saturday and Sunday here in West Hollywood.
Right. Like, share, and comment, you guys. Waking up the world together. Have a beautiful day. May you love your life every last time.
It's going to be a good morning, Lalaland.